Electricity keeps the lights on. Electricity is all around us. Whether it's our bedroom lamp, our favorite gaming system, or the fridge that holds all of our favorite snacks, electricity powers them all. These days it even powers many of our cars. You could travel to the most uninhabited areas of the earth and still find it in the clouds above you during a storm. Electricity takes different forms: coal, water, solar, wind, nuclear, hydro, and solar. But have you ever wondered what exactly electricity is made of or how it manages to get to your house? Learning and understanding where electricity comes from and how we are able to consume it allows us to better manage our usage and be more mindful of our resources. What is electricity and how is it made? Electricity is a secondary energy source that we get from the conversion of other sources of energy such as coal, natural gas, oil, nuclear power, and so on. These sources are known as primary sources. Primary sources can be renewable or non-renewable, but the electricity itself is neither. Like everything else, electricity is made up of atoms. So to understand electricity, it helps to understand basic information about atoms. How does electricity work? Electricity travels in closed circuits. It has to have a complete path before electrons can move through it. When you turn on a light by flipping a switch, you close a circuit. Of course, this means that by flipping a switch off, you open a circuit. Electricity flows from the electric wire, through the light, and back into the wire. The same concept applies to your television or your appliances. When you turn them on, you close a circuit for electricity to flow through the wires and power them. What is the sources of electrical energy? Firstly, coal. More than 1/4 of the total known world coal reserves are in the United States. Though our dependence upon coal is decreasing, we still rely on it to produce electricity. Coal-generated electricity is created using a pulverized coal combustion system, PCC. Coal is milled into a fine powder and is blown into a combustion chamber of a boiler and burned at a high temperature. The gases and heat energy produced converts water into steam. This steam passes through a turbine containing thousands of propeller-like blades. At the end of these propellers, a generator sits mounted at one of the turbine shafts. When the generator's coils are rotated in a strong magnetic field, electricity is created. The electricity generated is transported at higher voltages via power line grids. By the time it reaches our homes, the electricity is transformed down to safer 100 to 250 voltage systems. Secondly, wind. Wind energy is renewable and harnesses the energy generated by wind through the use of wind turbines that convert it into electricity. Wind, technically, is a byproduct of differences in temperature and is generated from the uneven heating of the atmosphere, mountains, valleys, and the revolution of the planets around the sun. Wind turbines work the opposite way that fans do. Instead of using electricity to create wind turbines use wind to make electricity. The wind turns the blades which spin a shaft that is connected to a generator and produces electricity. Thirdly, nuclear. Nuclear energy comes from the energy in the core of an atom. Power plants use a process called nuclear fission, the splitting of an atom to create energy. Some nuclear power plants use uranium atoms which are split when they are hit by a neutron, releasing heat and radiation, creating more neutrons. Once neutrons collide with other uranium atoms, the process repeats itself all over again. This chain reaction is controlled in nuclear power plants to produce heat. When combined with water, the heat produces steam which is then used to generate electricity that we can use in our homes. How does electricity get to your home? Where electricity comes from and where consumers get their energy varies. Some utility companies generate all the energy they sell only using the power plants they own. Others may purchase electricity directly from other utility companies, power marketers, and independent power producers from a wholesale market organized by a regional transmission reliability organization. All the little details aside, electricity reaches the consumer in very similar ways. There's other ways to produce energy. Firstly, solar. Solar energy uses the sun's light and heat to generate renewable or green energy. The most common forms of solar energy are harnessed by solar panels or photovoltaic cells. When rays hit the solar panels, it loosens electrons from their atoms and allows electrons to flow through the cell and generate electricity. In other ways, the sun's energy is used to boil water and operate a steam turbine to generate electricity in a similar fashion to coal or nuclear power plants. Secondly, hydro. Hydroelectricity is created in a similar way that electricity from coal is created. In both cases, they require a power source to turn a turbine, which then turns a metal shaft in a generator that produces electricity. The biggest difference is where coal-fired plants would use steam to turn their turbine blades. Hydroelectric plants use high-pressure duct water located at the base of dams to power turbines. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe and share with your friends. Take care.